any other, not just any ordinary hot dog, not the hot dog that you think of when you go to the grocery store. No, this is a lot bigger. This is a lot more flavorful, and this is also a Customer Choice Award winner, not just in the best hot dog category, but in the best entertaining item category. So this has double the awards to it. This is something that has 116 five-star reviews. You don't get 116 five-star reviews unless you are phenomenal, and this most certainly is. Your choice if you want 16 of these hot dogs or 32 of them. If you're going with that 32 option, the 32 option is going to have 8 of these 4-packs. That's how they come, in 4 packs. So you could freeze them easily, put them in your fridge once they're defrosted. If you're going with that 32 count option, we're talking under $100. It should be $110, you're saving $15. Easy payment plan is $31.66. If you want the 16 count, though, that 16 count under 60 on an easy payment of $19.99 there. So you've got $6 of savings. You are going to stock up and save $24.98 if you are picking up on that 32 count. There's just a couple hundred in each one of these options. That's not a lot to go around for what is a Customer Choice Food winner. Not one, but 2 different options. So, Ralph, let's get started with why a hot dog from Kansas City Steak specifically.
Well, first of all, we're known for our steaks, as I'll keep saying all hour long. And what we decided to do was make a steak hot dog. Prime rib, filet mignon, top sirloin, all those elevated, expensive cuts of meat in a hot dog. A 3.2-ounce hot dog that really is deep, rich, so tastes like a hot dog, but it's not salty. There's no mystery. You know exactly what is in the hot dog. And let me show you exactly what is in the hot dog. What is the hype? Because people love these hot dogs, especially in the middle of winter. So here we go. Let me just cut right into that. 3.2 ounces. Ooh. And what you see, Justin, as usual, is that glistening from all those steak cuts. It's a recipe. It's super moist, super juicy. And then you see that color. It's an all-beef hot dog, but a lot of times people use that a little too freely. Yes, beef, but this is steak. This is good cuts of steak inside a hot dog, and what you get is a thin skin that just snaps. And at 3.2 ounces, Justin, you can't dry this out. So if you like to char your hot dog and treat it like a steak, this is your dog.
Well, you know, the great thing about this is you're getting a flavor profile on a hot dog that you never would have imagined was ever even available in a hot dog. I've had one of these. We did a show when I was a guest, and you were grilling them out. I think it was actually with Rick Domeyer in like their summer sizzling series, and I had absolutely taken one of these. It was so good. I mean, it was such a big hot dog in comparison to what you find at the grocery store that it was unbelievably filling. Like, I remember my dad making hot dogs, pulling them out of the fridge or the freezer, and he would have like 4 of them lined up because he's 6'3", and so he eats a lot of hot dogs, but they're so tiny at the grocery store. Do you have one lined up to show us like the comparison?
Yeah, so I love doing this. I love showing people what they were eating for all those years and what they should be eating right now. So when I look here, I see that Kansas City hot dog, red in color like beef. And then at 3.2 ounces, clearly this is, by the way, Justin, a premium hot dog that I purchased at the store. And this is 1.6 ounces. This is double than this, but look at that color. That's where that word mystery comes from. People have no idea. How do you make a hot dog with that color? So you don't know, right? I don't want to know. All I know is now I have an alternative at 3.2 ounces, that beautiful, rich steak dog that has filet mignon in it and ribeye. And when you see the difference, you just know it speaks for itself. And again, they come in packs of 4, not 8, because they're double the size. And, you know, Justin, I do remember when me and you were outside with Rick, and I know you never tasted a Kansas City hot dog because we don't work together at the time when you were doing other things.
Right.
And I love when you bit into it, and it was real time.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I feel like you were saying, why was I eating other hot dogs? Like, this is so great.
Well, it's, if you're somebody who doesn't eat hot dogs because you're just like, well, they're bland. Like when you think of the grocery store hot dog, it is bland. And you dress it up. You could dress up any hot dog however you want to. But I feel like when we're used to the ones from the grocery store, you kind of have to dress it up. Like you're not just going to have it without it. I will tell you that I could eat this hot dog with nothing on it whatsoever because there's so much flavor inside of that one hot dog alone that it can stand for itself. And a hot dog you get at the grocery store just simply can't. Let me remind you of your options here, because we do have the 16 count or the 32 count. That you see there is the 16. So you're going to bring home 4 packs, just 150 that remain there, and that's it. And that's going to sell out. We also have it available in the 32 ounce. Now that 32 ounce, you're going to double this. So you're going to see we're going to go from 4 of the 4 packs to 8 of the 4 packs. Even though we doubled that, we didn't double the price. In fact, you're going to save $24.98 by stocking up and going with that. Now, I'm sorry, how many were there about 200 remain there, and that is it on our 32 count. Auto delivery is available every 60 days for the next year. But Ralph, can you remind us again, inside of this hot dog, because I was laughing when you were saying, like, what is in the grocery store hot dog? It made me think for a second, I have no idea what's in the grocery store hot dog, nor do I want to know what is in it. But what I like about Kansas City steak is there's steak, and oh yeah, a little more steak is what's in the hot dog from Kansas City. What kind of meats are in there?
You got filet mignon, ribeye, top sirloin, New York strip steak, all those expensive cuts of meat that we decided as a steak company, let's put in a hot dog. If we're going to make a hot dog, let's make the best hot dog that we possibly can. And what I love about this hot dog at 3.2 ounces, Justin, split it open, because people always say to me, Ralph, how do you get the condiments on the hot dog in the bun without making a mess? So I'm going to show you. So what I like to do is I butterfly. I butterfly for a couple reasons. One is I like to cook them this way. I kind of cut them like that. I sear both sides, and then I have surface area that all is cooked. So in this one, I'm going to go with a little bit of chili mood, just like that, right? And then, of course, a little bit of mustard. And then how about some red onions for a little bit of zing, right? And then we come over here, we kind of grab it and put it in the hot dog.
It's like a stuffed hot dog.
A stuffed hot dog, just like that.
Literally what it's like. You mentioned about how you can sear it like that. If you have a Blackstone, I'm a big fan of a Blackstone. I just ran to Mark Gill over there who I presented it with. To be able to put it on the Blackstone and let it just cook in its own juices, like you saw how juicy it was when Ralph opened it up, that would be so good to get that searing on it. But I'm also thinking maybe chop it up, put it in your baked beans. Do you make homemade baked beans and to add this to it? I would add this into my chili. Like I love chili. I would add this in. It's got so much steak in it. It literally has filet mignon inside of it. You could have a filet mignon hot dog chili, something that I've never thought existed, and yet now it does. You could take this and put it into macaroni and cheese. You have those little bits of meat in there. But the other thing, too, is this is such a big hot dog. If you've got grandkids that maybe are going to be here this spring and this summer with you, and you need like an easy lunch, these hot dogs are so big. If you've got little ones at home, cut it in half. One hot dog can easily fill and feed 2 people, because when you look at that grocery store hot dog, this is double the size of it. So let me give you an update here on what remains. In that 16 ounce or the 16 count size, there's only 100. These are our last 100 of that 16 count size. If you want the 32 count, we have 190 that remain there. So we're a little bit better on the 32, but let me remind you, that 32 count, you're saving $24.98. So if you do want to stock up on these, save yourself a little bit of money. The difference on that easy payment plan, you're looking at $19.99 to about $31.66. So you are not doubling it. You're actually giving yourself savings, about $9 of savings almost on that easy payment plan by going with that larger size. But the 16 count, we just hit the final 100, and that's all that remain. Okay, for anyone that's picking up on it now, Ralph, and is saying to themselves, like, okay, well, hot dog, I'm sold. I'm bringing it home. But it's not hot dog season necessarily. Like, I feel like that is summertime. How long do we have with, like, throwing these in the freezer? What are we good for with that?
So they're good for 12 months. And like I said, we decided a while ago, let's have hot dogs all year round, because eating a hot dog There's something about eating a hot dog that makes you feel like it's spring or it's summer. It's nostalgic, just like everything else that we have at a barbecue. Your hot dog is always second fiddle to like the burger and the sides, but no more. This elevated hot dog is now the star of the barbecue. And I made a special hot dog that we're going to make together for you, Justin, during the show here. Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
All right, so here's what I did. Instead of baking wrap the hot dog, I took prosciutto di Parma. This is an Italian hot dog. And I wrapped it in the hot dog as I was cooking it. So with this said, I think I'm going to go some hot cherry peppers. What do you think of that? Okay. Little hot cherry peppers in there.
Oh, look at that.
Right. Now, a little bit of onion in there. Right. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And then, Justin, do you think we should finish it off with a little bit of mayo, almost serving as like the aioli? What do you think of that?
Oh, I think that'd be great.
Okay. And then just like that. And then that famous seasoning from Kansas City Steak Company.
Oh.
And there's your hot dog. There's your Italian hot dog, Justin.
I mean, it's safe to say I've never seen a hot dog like that before that has so much dressing on top of it. Just imagine having these. Maybe it's like the kickoff to summer, but you do it early. You decided, you know what, forget it. We're going to do it in the spring. Because when it happens, right, you get that nice spring day all of a sudden where it's 30 degrees here in Pennsylvania, 30 degrees, and then it's like 67, and everybody's grilling. That's when you break this out. That's when you have the neighbors come over. Yep. You set up the topping bar, and everyone goes down, and like you take a picture of every single one, and how did it look? You're just gonna have so much fun with this. They're also so delicious. But look, 16 count, getting super. Oh, did you say 2 dozen? That's it? The last 2 dozen. Look, that 16 count is gonna sell out. You have to run to your phone. We do have more available in that 32 count, but if okay, oh God, only 150 that remain there. If you don't run to the phone right now or QVC.com to place your order for the 16 count, you are going to miss out on it. This is going to sell out. We only have about another 60 seconds or so here on this, but by the end of the show, that 16 count is going to be gone. Your item number is M9608. That's the item number, M96708. In order to bring this home, 116 5-star reviews. This has won 2 different customer choice awards. The best hot dog, so that's pretty good when it's a hot dog, and then the best entertaining food as well, which for a hot dog to win the best entertainment food, like we've got a lot of really great things here, and a hot dog took it. Well, that's because this hot dog has multiple different types of steak. You see right there, that's the difference of what you would find in the grocery store versus what you're gonna find right here. When you bring this at home and you have it for the very first time, that's when you're gonna realize that you are never gonna buy a hot dog at the grocery store again, because Kansas City Steak is the one who makes the hot dog so special and so great. Your choice in the 16, but like a handful now at this point, $59.98, or if you wanna bring home the 32, $94.98, both on an easy payment plan. The 16 is on an easy payment plan, $19.99, 32 is $31.66. Okay. If you thought that those hot dogs were popular and that the phone line